Hello, and welcome to our December Lunch and Learn. I'm Dr. Crystal. So, welcome to Merry and Bright, right? Here we are in the midst of the holiday season. It seemed like I blinked. I don't know about you, and we're off and running. It's already December 6th. So, I just wanted to take a little time this month just to give you a few tips and tidbits on how to manage holiday stress. And we know that managing holiday stress is important for maintaining our overall well being during this time of year. So, I just have a few practicals that I want to share with you guys today on how to be merry and bright. Tips to a stress free holiday. First of all, this time of year, we need to begin to learn to pull back, right? So often we get caught up in the hustle and bustle and shopping, making lists, doing the party rounds, hosting events ourselves. And we forget about peace. We forget about stepping back, taking a deep breath, reevaluating this time of year, and really focusing on peace and the reason why we have this Christmas season. So, like I said, I have a few keys for you, keys to peace with managing your holiday stress. First of all, setting realistic expectations. Realistic expectations are goals or outcomes that take into account practical constraints, limitations, and circumstances. They're achievable and they align with our resources, our time, and the energy, all the things that we have available to us. Setting realistic expectations is important for avoiding unnecessary stress. It's important for avoiding disappointment. And it's also very important so that we don't fall into feelings of failure. So, how can you define and set realistic expectations? You can start by assessing your resources, right? Consider the time, the money, and the energy that you have available to you. Then evaluate your current commitments and responsibilities. Realistic expectations should be in line with your available resources. So that's tip one, right? That's your first key. Set realistic expectations. And then prioritize your goals. Identify your most important goals or your most important task. Prioritize them based on the significance and the impact that they have, and focus on what truly matters, not only to you, but also to those around you. Because oftentimes, I know for me, I get caught up in wanting to do all these big grand things, especially during the holidays. And then my family is like, well, no, that's not really what I wanted. So take the time to focus on what's important to those around you, and that will alleviate so much stress. Then consider past experiences, right? Like I said, this is the time to pause and to reflect. So take time, reflect on your past experiences and how you handled similar situations. Learn from those past successes that you've had and also learn from the challenges so that you can begin to set expectations that align with your capabilities. So we set realistic expectations, we prioritize our goals, we consider our past experiences, and then we want to be aware of our limitations. Acknowledge your limitations and your constraints, right? This could include looking over your finances, considering your financial constraints that you may have, time constraints, right? Because you still have to work, you still have regular life that you have to do during the holidays. So consider your time constraints and also what are your personal limitations. Sometimes health can set us back. We may have other obligations we've committed to. We may have things that we need to do for ourselves. So consider your personal limitations as well. And remember that setting expectations within these boundaries is key to avoiding undue stress. Then communicate with others. If your expectations involve others, communicate openly with them and discuss what is realistic, not only to you, but to everyone involved. And this applies to your family members, this applies to work projects, this applies to any collaborative efforts that you may have going on. Open communication is always key. Next, we have breaking down larger goals. So, if you have a big goal, right, like me, you have all these grand ideas for the holidays, break them down to smaller, more manageable tasks. And this makes the overall goal, that overall thing that you want to achieve, it makes it seem less overwhelming and it allows you to make steady progress, right? I know for me, I tell you guys, like I said, I have my boxes, my tree, all of my ornaments, decorations They're all right in front of the fireplace in my living room. Because as you can see, I've sprained my thumb. So I had to put aside that goal of having my tree up by the first week of December. And now, waiting on my husband's schedule, hopefully my son's schedule, so that they can come in at the end of this week and help me put the tree up. So sometimes we just have to break down goals, and we also have to realize our limitations, our personal limitations. And remember, flexibility is key. Recognize, right, that unexpected events may occur. Hence, my hand. That was not expected. That was nowhere on my Christmas list. But we have to recognize, though, that unexpected events do occur. We have to build flexibility into our expectations so that we can adapt to changes without feeling completely derailed. Then we have to consider the season, right? During this busy season, during the holiday time, we have to be mindful that there are additional commitments that we have, and we can't overwhelm ourselves, and we have to adjust. We have to adjust our expectations to fit the context of the season that we're in. Next, aligning value. We have to align our values. We have to ensure that our expectations align with our true values and priorities. And when we do this, it helps us to focus on what truly matters. It helps us to avoid setting goals that are inconcurrent with our core values. So remember that our goals should align with our values. And then lastly, with our keys to peace, we need to regularly review and adjust. And I know the holidays can be 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It just depends on when you kick into gear, or like me, mid-October. But anyway, I digress. But we do have to regularly review, and we have to adjust. So periodically review your expectations, especially if your circumstances change, and be willing to adjust your goals, the things that you want to do, based on the new information that you've received, based on your current, in the moment life situations. Um, and remember, guys, by setting realistic expectations, you create a framework for success that is both challenging, right? But it's also achievable. And this approach fosters a sense of accomplishment, and it reduces the likelihood of feeling overwhelmed or stressed. So that's keys, right? That's the keys to attaining peace during the holidays. But I also want to talk a little bit about practical self care. So, my question for you is, what self care activities can you incorporate into your holiday routine, right? I'm not saying go off and spend a weekend at the spa, but what simple, practical things can you do to help you manage self care? So, think about that. And I have a few suggestions that I would like to share with you guys. So, some simple self care practices. One is mindful breathing or meditation. This can be done just about anywhere. Take a few minutes each day for deep breathing exercises or meditation. And this helps to reduce stress, it increases mindfulness, and it promotes a sense of calm. So, mindful breathing and meditation. Then there's physical exercise. Even in the midst of the hustle and bustle of the holidays, schedule regular physical activity, whether it's a short workout, a walk, yoga. But remember, exercise is an excellent way to boost your mood as well as your energy level. And here's one: quality sleep, right? We all have to sleep. So ensure that you prioritize adequate and restful sleep. Create a sleep friendly environment, right, where it's calm, soothing, and establish a consistent sleep schedule. That'll help you to support your well being. And then, of course, unplug and set boundaries. Designate specific times to unplug from technology, especially social media. Set boundaries on work related activities so that you can allow dedicated time for relaxation. And of course, pamper yourself, right? That's a part of self care. Treat yourself to a pampering session, whether it's a warm bath, a skincare routine, or a massage. But taking care of your body can have positive effects on your mental stress. So remember, pampering yourself is not wrong, it's needed. Then read or listen to music. Carve out time for activities that you enjoy. Things like reading a good book, listening to music, or just engaging in a hobby. Anything that allows you to detach from the busyness that may be going on in your life and connect with your loved ones, right? We don't want to pull all the way back. Make time for meaningful connections with friends and family. Share laughter, share stories, positive experiences, things that enhance your sense of belonging and support. And of course, practice gratitude. And I'm really, really big on that, on taking time each day just to note and be thankful for the things that you have in your life, right? Reflect on the things that you're grateful for. You may want to consider keeping a grateful journal so that you can jot down your positive experiences, which of course helps you to cultivate a positive mindset. And then another big one is healthy eating. I know I told my husband a couple of days ago, I said, you know what? I'm not baking this year the way I normally bake. Because by this time, during a typical holiday season, our dining room table would be filled to the brim with baked goods. So you add that to all of the meetings that have food and all of the parties and get togethers and coffees. And you're just adding so much of pretty much the wrong foods. And we know that eating affects our mental, right? So while you enjoy your holiday treats, make sure that you're prioritizing nourishing your body with healthy, balanced meals because proper nutrition, guys, contributes to our overall well being. So remember to eat healthy. And here's a big one: learn to say no. And remember that no is a complete sentence. Don't commit yourself. It's okay to decline invitations or additional tasks. It's okay to say no if those things interfere with your well being. Learning to say no is a valuable aspect of self care. And then you want to engage in creativity. Spend time engaging in creative activities, whether it's painting, writing, or crafting. Expressing yourself creatively can be therapeutic as well as enjoyable. And then nature time, I'm sorry. Spend time outdoors in nature, whether it's taking a walk, going to a park, or simply sitting in your garden or on your front porch. But connecting with nature has proven that there are great benefits to our mental health. And then finally, laugh and have fun. Incorporate activities that bring joy and laughter into your routine. Play games, watch a funny movie, engage in activities that make you smile. And remember, guys, self care is a personal journey, and it's essential to choose activities that resonate with you and that fit in with your lifestyle. Prioritize yourself during the holidays to ensure a more enjoyable and fulfilling experience. So that's some simple self care. And then finally, guys, set boundaries, right? That's as simple as it is. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries is crucial for managing stress, not just during the holidays, but all the time. When we clearly communicate our limits and we don't hesitate to decline things that interfere with us, with our personal well-being, it allows us to not become so overwhelmed. Because remember, the holidays are about joy and connection. It's about implementing simple tips that can help you navigate the stress with greater ease. So I hope these tips and tidbits helped you. Let's stay connected, guys. You can reach me at Dr. Crystal at thedrcrystalc.com. I'm on Facebook at Dr. Crystal Constanary, Christian counselor and life coach, Instagram at Dr. Crystal, on YouTube at Dr. Crystal Constanary, and of course the website, drcrystal.com. So happy holidays to each and every one of you, and thank you for tuning in for the December Lunch and Learn. Have a great rest of your day and an amazing holiday.